Finland and the Finnish society, which according to some is somehow so great and one of the happiest countries in the world, and a country that is wealthy. But is it true? Is Finland actually a wealthy country? Well, no! Finland is not a wealthy country. Finland is poor. Finland is broke. Everybody's broke. The government is broke. The people are broke. Yet for some reason we are lied about this. So in this video I'm gonna tell you exactly how poor Finland is, and then I'm gonna tell you why I suspect why we are being lied about it, and then I'm going to tell you something about how the leaders of our society actually views the ordinary citizen. And this is something that is potentially quite shocking. Could be a bit far-fetched, but if you know how to suspect that, that is how it begins to look like. Alright. So, according to Wikipedia or the Swiss bank UBS, according to their studies from 2023, the median wealth of a Finnish citizen was $88,000, which puts Finland into the position on that list to be 24th highest median wealth. Interestingly enough, just below Finland is the country of Sweden. But Sweden is actually a rich country, a truly wealthy country, more on that in a second. But Finland was at the spot of 24, which is not bad, but it is still the lowest of all the Western countries. Because if you look at that median wealth, well, at the positions of 14 is the country of Italy, place 15, the United States of America, and at the place of 16, Spain. All those countries has higher median wealth than Finland. And then when we go to the average mean wealth, well then Finland drops down to the position of 27. But on the position of 16, on average wealth, you find our good neighbor Sweden at the place of 16th highest average wealth. And below Sweden, but above Finland, once again you find the countries like Spain and Italy. Countries that the Finnish government is financing through the European Union, even though their people are wealthier than the people of Finland. No. So Finland is the poorest of all the Western countries. And in Europe, the only countries that are poorer than the people of Finland are pretty much those countries that not that long ago lived under communism. So no, Finland is not rich. Finland is the poorest of all the Western countries. That is not an opinion, that's a fact. But now, why are we, the people of Finland, lied about this? Well, for one, it could be simply out of politicians' stupidity, which wouldn't be so hard to believe. Because politicians and the media, they believe that income is wealth. But no, income is not wealth. Income is the composition, what's that word? Income is what you get for doing work, doing labor. That is not wealth. Wealth is wealth. And then again, especially the politicians on the political left, well, they have a habit of justifying their own policies with this lie that Finland is somehow a wealthy country, which it is not. But now, it could also be so that the Finnish politician actually believes that Finland is a wealthy country because they have access to high amounts of Finnish taxpayers' money. The tax rate in Finland is one of the highest in the world. So these politicians, they think that Finland is wealthy because they get a lot of taxpayers' money. But that means that the leaders of our society, they think that the ordinary taxpayer are their wealth, meaning as if the ordinary people are somehow their wealth, their property. Like the ordinary person in Finland is some kind of a medieval peasant. In the Middle Ages, a lord that owned a lot of land, that had a lot of these unfree peasants in them, well, they considered themselves to be rich if they had a lot of peasants. And that may be a bit far-fetched in a modern society, but if you look at how the current Finnish politicians looks and treats the people, well, it is surprisingly similar to a medieval peasant. But that is another topic. But the point of this video was that no, Finland is not a wealthy country. Finland is the poorest of all the Western countries. That is not an opinion, that is a fact. And as this is a personal finance channel in Finland, well, this is where we're gonna be starting at. And that was the point of this video. My name is Henri Heikkala, and this is Radio Heikkala. Thank you for watching.